When you think of co-op or multiplayer experiences, you may think of a few games. Gears of War and its co-op campaign, maybe one of the few Call of Duty games that has it. Not this one. Far Cry 5 if you're based. And of course, there's 2021's Game of the Year winner It Takes Two. Developed by Hazelight, an indie studio found by ex-movie director Joseph Fares.
Fuck the Oscars, you know? Fuck the Oscars! Fuck you! I'll tell you! And there's like...
With backing from EA. For those who don't know, Hazelight is a fairly new studio that makes games that are exclusively to be played by two people. You cannot play these games single player. The entire game is designed around working and communicating with another player. It Takes Two follows a married couple on the brink of a divorce before they are turned into dolls, and a magical book takes them on a journey to fix their relationship. The realistic explanation is that the parents actually took acid, but we're not talking about It Takes Two. I only bring it up because that is Hazelight's most popular game, but it was another game entirely that kickstarted this game's success and created the formula for engaging and unique co-op games that Hazelight is known for. A Way Out. Despite A Way Out's success, I rarely see it talked about in the discussion for co-op games, as it's often overshadowed by It Takes Two, or even the studio's most recent game, Split Fiction.
I can't fucking move.
I know, don't stop yelling at me in the damn comments. I know 11 million probably isn't underrated, but you see what I'm saying, right? A Way Out follows two men, Vincent and Leo, who were both framed and stuck in prison by the same guy, Harvey. Clearly, this gives the two characters an overlapping goal of revenge, and they team up to break out of prison and go to Mexico to get that revenge. Hot take, but out of all of Hazelight's games, this is the best one. For me, it probably just boils down to personal preference, since I enjoy a more grounded, realistic story compared to the crazy fantasy of It Takes Two or Split Fiction. But there's just something about Vincent and Leo and how they play off each other compared to Cody and May, for example. It's just a lot more appealing.
I'm supposed to grab it from the other side. I'll be there in a sec.
Oh. Fucking asshole.
Believe me, I played A Way Out pretty much with everybody I know that plays video games. Even now, I just bought the game on PC again to play with another friend who's on that platform. I'm probably the only person in the world with 80 plus hours on this damn game. The game is 6 hours long, by the way. You do the fucking math. I can't fucking do it. I can't. It's almost there. Can you see my progress?
Yes, I can.
Oh my god! Fuck! Hold on. You just gotta hold out. I'll be there in a second.
Fuck you, Drag.
I was so enthralled by this game when it was announced. At the time, I had a gaming buddy, and we'd just play literally any game that came out together. And seeing this announced at E3 got us both hyped. The game was released when I was in high school. I got home, and my friend and I beat the game in one sitting. I would say I had my white ass planted, but I'm mixed race, so... One of Hazelight's strengths is that each player gets a unique mechanic or thing to do that plays off each other. A Way Out might be the least unique idea-wise of these games, but it sure is the coolest, and that's because this game is grounded in realism. They had to work with what they had. I could see why Hazelight shifted to these more fantastical, out-of-this-world kind of games, because it allowed them to do more with the gameplay and get more creative. But I feel the limiting factor of being in the real world made them think about it more. Being escaped convicts, there are stakes to this, and you understand why you're doing the things you're doing, even if it's not the most entertaining thing. It somehow makes it entertaining, and it knows that you having a friend there is what makes that thing entertaining. If that makes any sense at all. In Split Fiction and It Takes Two, you're in this crazy, fantastical world.
It's like a vagina.
Whenever you die, the in-universe explanation is that you just respawn. It's whatever. In A Way Out, it's real. You actually die. You have to start over. There's actual risk, there's actual stakes. And personally, when I'm playing a story game, I prefer there to be actual stakes. Not to say that there isn't any in Split Fiction and A Way Out, but it's just so much more grounded in this, it feels a lot more intense. Remember when I said the realism had to make them be more creative because they couldn't do all this crazy magic shit? Take this hospital, for example. This whole game, you're dealing with split screen. Then you have this awesome chase scene where there are super unique camera movements and transitions. And then Leo is in a 2D fighting game all of a sudden. The game also gives you choices on how to approach certain situations, which really adds to replayability. Vincent is the smart and level-headed guy, while Leo is the brash and violent dude. And you usually have to choose how to handle a situation, either Vincent's way with a thought-out plan, or Leo's way, usually with aggression and violence. While these choices don't affect how the story plays out, they affect the level you're playing, and can create different scenarios for that section. The choice system was something I really wish had stayed in the future of Haze-like games, since the characters in each game always have opposite personalities of each other's and disagreements, different ways of thinking. It could create even more unique scenarios than we already have. For the studio's first game, it's pretty outstanding and well made, but when you played it like 15 goddamn times like me, you start to figure out how to break it.
I don't know what I was trying to accomplish, but I can't move now.
Granted, the developers never thought anyone would do these things. Also, with that said, the more you play it, the more you start to see its flaws, specifically in the writing. The dialogue can be strange, and just certain choices make you think, okay, they thought this was a good idea?
Come on, we don't have time for this.
Whoa, hey! I'm calling the cops.
You gonna do what?
Hey, relax.
Don't worry, I got this. What's your name?
What do you need my name for?
What's your name?
All right, it's Larry.
All right, Larry, this is how it's gonna be. Me and my friend here, we're gonna walk in there, we're gonna see your boss, Ray. Once we do that, I'm gonna break every bone in his body until I get the information I need. Now think long and hard about what you're gonna say next. If it's not gonna be, hey guys, you're welcome, then we have a problem.
Wait, are you serious?
Do I look like I'm joking? Do I?
Well, okay then. I hate that guy, so, well, you're welcome.
In what
Go
world
ahead.
would that work?
See? We're all friends here.
Yup, thanks.
Where can I find him?
It's easy, just ask around.
All right, Larry, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But none of that matters because all their games are extremely entertaining. They have generic stories, but that's not the reason you're playing them. Shit! God fucking fuck. There's always one part in the story, though, that hits some kind of emotion very strongly, usually towards the end, which is impressive for what's pretty much an unremarkable story. Usually when I play a game, it's the story that sticks with me most. And although this story is nothing crazy, it stuck with me. Both the characters, Vincent and Leo, are reflections of each other. They both have families, they both have wives, and yet their personalities are so different, and they work so well together somehow. They feel like really good friends.
Come on, you piece of shit. Work, work.
Just imagining I'm holding my baby and you just hear a muffled, piece of shit, work! Now that I've gushed about this game for a solid 7 minutes, it's time to get into one part I really wanted to talk about that really makes this game for me. It's about the ending. So, if you haven't played this game, go get a fucking friend and play it. If you don't have friends, go be a loser, get on Discord, moderate a server, and make a friend there. If you don't want to be on fucking Discord, go out in the real world and make a fucking friend and ask them to play A Way Out. They might think you're fucking crazy, but it's fucking worth it. And they'll fucking respect you too for that, because it's such a goddamn good game, and you'll have a really good friend by the end of it, or they'll fucking hate you.
Can you come over here and help me out?
Anyway, with that said, spoilers for A Way Out's ending in 3, 2, 1. After killing Harvey in Mexico and having a crazy Uncharted-style escape, they go back to America for some reason, where they're wanted. I mean, I get they have wives, but, like, they couldn't have just told them to come out of the country with them? I don't... See, this is what I mean by the writing's weird. Anyway, huge plot twist. It turns out that Vincent was an undercover cop the entire time, and betrays Leo. Now, normally, if this was just a normal story, you'd be like, okay, maybe I could have seen this coming a mile away. But I think this twist works so well because you're playing with a friend, your real person, probably someone you trust, unless you picked up a stranger on the street like I told you to. If this was a single-player game, I might have had my suspicions. But the entire time, I had no idea Vincent was a cop. I was playing as Vincent in my first playthrough, and the amount of guilt that washed over me for something I didn't even know I did was a feeling I don't know if I'll feel again in a video game. And it's fairly obvious throughout the game that he is a cop. When Vincent explains why he's after Harvey, it's a very basic explanation with no flashback. When Leo explains why he's after Harvey, it's very in-depth and there's a whole flashback sequence and all that. We don't see that for Vincent. And yet, most people don't question that because they're spread out at different parts of the game. That's a really sneaky way to do it. So by the time Leo explains his backstory, Vincent already explained his like hours ago, and you forgot that he didn't even have a flashback sequence to back it up. Anyway, as I said, I played this game like 15 times, but my first time was with Vincent. The other player I play with that plays Leo is always pissed off, ready to kill Vincent, just goes right into it, does exactly what the game wants him to do, and the developers knew this. They knew the player playing Leo would feel betrayed after going on a 6-hour adventure with a friend only to be betrayed by Vincent, even though the player who played Vincent had no idea. They'll still be pissed at them. One of my friends I played with just always kept telling me to shut the fuck up whenever I was apologizing. It was such a creative and insane thing to experience. It's at this point, the guy playing Vincent realizes there's no way out of this. Get it? A way out?
Damn. I need to find a way out of here.
Oh, way out! They have a duty as a cop to take out this criminal, and clearly the other player is so upset and taken over by rage, just as Leo is, that there's no talking him out of this. We always talk about immersion in games and feeling like the character, and this twist really puts you in the character's emotions, and I love that so fucking much. As I said, in any other game, this would just be a basic twist where you're like, oh damn, that sucks, or oh, I saw that coming. But because there's a personal element of you having a real life friend behind it, it is so much more impactful. And as you're both chasing each other, running away, and even gunning each other down, both players are feeling a completely different emotion. It's such a fucking masterpiece of a setup. At one point, you chase each other to this factory, and then the health bars appear. The way my heart sank when I saw health bars, and the way my partner had a grin on their face when they saw the health bar. It's moments like this, or this moment specifically rather, that makes this game so special. No, seriously, name a game where the final boss is your IRL best friend. I'll wait. You fucking can't. And obviously, the whole game builds up to this. You build that trust, you work together, you play through this entire game just having a blast, having a good time, and making a friend, only to feel the betrayal in the end. This game has 2 endings, and it depends on who wins this fight. Either Vincent or Leo dies, and it ends in a really sad way that had me and my partner on the verge of tears.
This is for the immigrants.
Granted, some other people I played with did not feel the same remorse, but that's up to the player. Not to mention, just going back to this chapter over and over again and doing this fight is fun. It's dramatic. It's emotional. You can just feel that pain. The entire game, you're working with your friend, and at the end, you're against your friend. None of Hazelight's other games do this. No other endings. No secret parts where you guys separate and go against each other. Sure, there's like maybe some friendly competitive things, but That's it.
Give my letter to Carol.
On second thought. And to be fair, you can never do this twist again. It's a one-time thing you can do in your games, and that's why it's so special. A Way Out brings an emotional, grounded story with real stakes. While the other games focus on friendship, repairing love, this game focuses on betrayal. And it doesn't even make that clear to the very end, which is why I love it so much. It bums me out that this game can never get a sequel, and yet it doesn't need one, but I want one so bad. But it won't work because one of the two characters is dead. I can only hope that Hazelight's next game is another grounded, realistic story with stakes. With all they've learned, I think they can knock it out of the park. Make a story that actually makes sense most of the time and has two characters that actually bond through some actual hard fucking trauma. Before people correct me in the comments about never doing this again, I did want to mention that the director Joseph Fares did make another game called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I haven't played that game, but I have heard you control one brother with one side of the controller and another on the other side. And towards the end, one of the brothers dies, and you only use half the controller to control him, which also sounds like a really unique concept. This guy has some crazy fucking ideas in his brain, and I can't wait to see what he does next. But while everybody talks about It Takes Two and Split Fiction, please don't overlook A Way Out. This game is peak. Please play this goddamn game.
Hello? You still there?